In this video we'll explain how the progress system works in Nexus Heroes, give you tips, mistakes to avoid and rules to follow so you can advance as fast as possible. So what is progress? Progress is being able to simply clear harder and harder content. And in Nexus Heroes, to do that you need a variety of heroes and combat power. Some heroes are needed to enter some stages. For example here, I need these three conditions, which are three heroes. Right? Rare, Ranger, Darkness, Female, Legendary, Ignite, Shield. I can press Suggest and it will automatically choose them. In this case I missed one, and guess what? Because I didn't know, I needed to build it from the start. Other times they're not needed to enter, but you won't be able to clear the stage without having specific heroes. For example, here, to clear this stage, you wear Skypath 4, we need Machine Magic Dealer, or we won't be able to do any damage, although we can enter. So how do we get the heroes? Well, this is how. Select this summon. You should get Bernadette from this. If you already have her, you can get who you want. The story modes actually gives you heroes, especially rares and legendaries, and they are also useful later because some are needed as condition to enter some stages. Exodium is a good way to get a lot of heroes, but you can get common to fated heroes and you can gain a lot in a day to being able to do 30 to 50 summons or even more. Clocks, you get rare to fated heroes, but you should use them as soon as possible because you can only do 10 pulls per day, and I saved 150 of them, which means I have 150 less rare to fated heroes. Exchange shop, you can craft some rare and legendary heroes, but what is important is that these heroes are needed as a requirement to enter some stages. So this is a very good to unlock the content, and in my opinion this is also very cheap. Now finally we have the excess summon, which is through rates up, which is the most efficient way, or you can also do string of creation, and here you can get the best heroes and the fate cores. So if you have a lot of heroes but you have no power, you will really not be able to do much. Combat power is pretty much an indication of how strong your hero is. How do we get combat power? I divide it into combat power, which comes from character development, which stays within your hero, and the gear, which you can move around other heroes as well. So from character development you can level them up, which is self-explanatory, enhance them until +5. When it's +5 it unlocks a blessing function if it is below 6 stars. Blessing increases the stars and the max level and reset the enhancement to 0. You can transcend them, you have to use a copy and you can do it up to 5, and every transcendence gives 2 max levels. If the hero is above level 90, for each transcendent level it unlocks 1 elemental enhancement. The fate cores, they give combat powers, attack, defense, HP, change the appearance, and they also change the skills or improve them. Unleash the power is only for rare and legendaries. You can do that through the journal. Exclusive weapons, they give 3000 combat power if equipped to the owner. Don't chase it, it's just not worth. And then you have fate core sharing, which you can only give it to one hero which has not a fate core, and it pretty much gets all the stats but not the skills from the fate core. And finally the gear, which goes from common to fated, but you're not gonna use common, so from rare to fated and from level 1 to 70. So what are all the tips about getting the heroes? Like I said, you should always use the clock every time you get them, because if you buy them you're just gonna have to wait. Every day I can only use 10, so always use your clock. Same for Exodium, always use it. Never use your Solar Stone for these summons, they're just not worth it. Never use it. Start early building your heroes from the shop here. Give priority to the Blessing Sanctum heroes, because that's the stage which gives you the most stars of fate to get the fated gear. You get a lot of solar stone, so you can do it. Try to be active every hour and get the heroes you need. This is very helpful. These are the heroes you need for the special dungeons, and I will leave a link below of the blog. keep in mind you don't have to build all of them from the start, from the exchange shop, but when you have done some Exodium pulls, some clock pulls, and you start to get like 70% of these champions, then you can start pinpoint some heroes from the exchange shop, especially the one from the Blessing Sanctum. For the XS part, I think you should only be summoning the gold Fate course. So right now we have a black Fate course and she is really not that good, so just skip it and save your XS just like I'm doing. Don't do this because it's too RNG. I actually think String of Creation is good, this one, the Rude String of Creation, because you get 3 First Guardians, which are the strongest in PvE, and they will help you a lot for the special stages and the Holy Dragon Ground. Usually it's more worth to do the raid up banners, but if you don't have the First Guardians and if you cannot do the special dungeons and get good points on the Holy Grounds, then this is the best for starting out. Alright, now I want to give some tips about character development. When you are leveling a unit, it's better if you use the same element, because they get extra XP, or you can use the one without any element because it's the same with everyone. It's best if you only level them up to 75, but not like this because it actually overshoot. This one gives 80,000 XP, but you only need 39,000, so you can just put one of these. It's bad. Level 75, best level a secondary hero can be. As you can see, I have a lot of heroes around 70 to 80 level, which I don't really use besides as secondary character for requirements. Now I want to give some tips about enhancing. When you are enhancing a unit, you should always be using material, which is the same star of the hero you are upgrading, because it doesn't matter the star, the cost here is the same. As you can see, 7,000, doesn't matter what star I use or if it's a hero or a spirit. Of course you want to use spirits, but for 3 stars you may also consider using other heroes because you're just gonna have so many copies. Just keep in mind you should keep a copy for each one, but it doesn't really matter. Look at this guy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of this guy. Like, I don't need this guy, right? When you are enhancing a 6-star hero, I still think it's more worth to use a 5-star spirit, which I don't have, simply because you can sell these 6-star spirits for this material up here, which you can buy Mu, and Mu is more worth than the gold you would save from here. Don't worry too much about blessing, because even if you unlock level 90, it will be extremely hard for a unit to get there. It's better to choose a hero carefully before using your holy water. Now, Rachel and Bathory are actually the most valuable heroes I have to use the holy water, because Bathory has this skill which has burst, which means the more mana she has and the more damage she will do, so she can benefit immediately from being 6-star, because at 6-star she has 10 mana maximum, and she has Tranquil, which gives to the ally with less attack a buff. So she actually benefits from being higher level because she has more attack and more chance to give the buff. Likewise, Rachel, same thing. If the enemy has lower attack, he will debuff them. So it's important for him to have high attack, and leveling him up is part of it. And again, he has a burst skill. Obviously I upgraded other heroes to 6-star, but my point is just be careful, because I got Anastasia to 6-star, but it didn't really change anything. She's still level 75. And also Bernadette, he's 6-star, but I never used her again. In fact, she doesn't even have the gear I kept. I hope she's going to get a gold Fate core. When you're transcending a hero, make sure to pick the right stone for the base hero. Like if I want to transcend the Venato, I have to be careful which one I pick of this, because the stone is different. This is especially helpful for clearing the special stages, and your main heroes are not strong enough to carry you, so you need the help of the requirement heroes. It's better if they don't have, in this case, a dark stone, or they will get broken and be useless. I think this is a really good tip and will help you a lot in the early stages of the game when you don't have fated gear to add a different stone. So I want to be clear with this concept of the stone because I think it's really helpful when someone is starting out to farming the special dungeons. So basically every day we have a different element day. So basically every day we are needed to bring some element heroes. Like on Monday we need light and dark heroes to enter, on Tuesday fire, and so on. But what is helpful to us is that the counter stone is always the same. For example, during dark and light days the enemies are only light and dark. On fire they are mostly nature. On frost they are machine. Besides the Spirit Sanctum, which is as the same element of our heroes. So for example on fire day the Spirit Sanctum is gonna be all fire, and on frost day they're gonna be all frost, but all the other special dungeons are going to follow this screenshot. So if you're just starting out and you don't have your main heroes to carry you and you need help of your requirement heroes, which will likely have only one stone, it's helpful if that one stone follows these screenshot instructions, cause so they can be helpful and you will be able to clear more special dungeons. During Saturday and Sunday there is no element and you can use any hero you want, so you're going to use your best heroes. Now, since you're going to use your best heroes, they should probably have at least one fated gear or they will get it very soon. So this is not really recommended. Try hard. But on the secondary heroes, which are mostly rare and legendaries, you will get a lot of copies and you can just pick the right stone. This is why I made this screenshot basically. I just want to remind you, you just need one stone being different from the enemy element, so you will never get broke. Okay, one last thing is about the boss. The boss doesn't have any element, which means he can always break any stone. But if you get to the point to arrive to the boss and you kill all the weaklings enemies, you probably will clear it. Alright guys, I hope this is not too confusing. Then we have Unleash the Power, which you do it here. Journal. Unleash the power. Okay, so you can see I already experimented. To open this page you need 300 access, and here you have solar stone and points you get from exploration. Keep in mind, if you have a fate core like I do on Iris, if you upgrade the skills and she has a fate core, the skill will not be affected, which means they remain the same. So my gold Iris will still have Cleance level 1 and not 2, but the statistics and the power will stay. Now this is a bit expensive because the solar stone are a lot. 2000, which is 6000, 4000, which is 12,000 to complete all of this. So I think this is a late game feature and you should only be doing this for gold fate cores of rare and legendary units like Iris and Dion for now. So about the exclusive weapons, you can buy them here for a lot of access, which is just not worth. Look at that. If they are equipped with the owner, you get 3000 combat power and 30 attack, but it is just not worth it. This is not the only place you can get them. You can also get them here on the Airship Forge, like a normal PT for 700 access for summoning and a PT, but this is just not worth it. Really, don't chase it. It just doesn't matter. If you're lucky pulling for them during your normal summoning here, it's okay. If not, it's okay as well. Fate core sharing allows you to give, I cannot show you, but it allows you basically to give the statistic of a fate core to another hero which has not a fate core equipped. Okay, so last thing that gives combat power is the gear, and the best way to get it is from the Door to Creation. This is for the weapon and you get it from the Holy Dragon grounds. I guess I got exclusive from the titles. Yeah, looks like an exclusive. Leafy, wow. Well, okay. and the Stars of Fate, which you get it from the special dungeons, and you also have a Miliage for both. Another Fated. Two Fated. Okay, 3. Alright. I want to remind you to never spend your XS for the gear. It's just not worth it. I think you should level rare gear to level 20 to 30 maximum. Purple gear to maximum level 40, as you see here from Rachel. And the fated gear all the way to 60, and as soon as you get it to 60, just awaken it here to plus 1 for sure, but I think it's also worth to plus 3 or even plus 5 because the odds are still in your favor. For the gear instead, just plus 1 it. At least for me, the Aura of Mana is pretty rare, so I just plus 1 it. Another good way to get fated weapon is here on the Exos Pass. When you reach level 30, you get one fated weapon ticket. Then here on the Raid Pass, same thing, you get another fated weapon ticket for completing it. And then on the Raid Shop, when you finish it, you get one armor ticket and another fate weapon ticket. So you actually get 3 weapon and 1 armor. So far I think we had 1 each every month. Okay, now I'm gonna give you some general tips. You should expand your inventory because it will get full really quickly and it's not wasted money at all. So just do it. I have 775 space and it gets full pretty quickly when I'm doing exploration, so it's really just not lost success. It is really worth it. Same goes for the inventory of the heroes. Just upgrade it because you need it. So this is chat from my guild, which is top 5%, and Lisa, when she entered, she was like level 15 and the leader didn't care at all. So don't worry, you can aim high, not too high, but you know, top 10% for sure. Last thing is, don't worry too much about PvP. As of now, it's just not worth it. The vast majority of players are sitting Challenger 1 because to do Master, it's such a huge investment of time and effort. You need to stay active, to play a lot, and the reward is just so little, even if you get Master 3. As you can see, Master 3 is top 3.5% and Challenger 1 last week was top 30%. So to get from 30% to top 3.5% is so much work, and you only get what, 140 XS more? That's not worth it. Get above this is just insane. You're gonna get like spending XS to get tickets and fight all day. In my opinion, it's super boring and I just chill at Challenger 1. So the last tip to become stronger is to leave a like. No, seriously, if you find the video helpful, consider leaving a like.